guess it's me thrown under the bus again to introduce the show. Welcome to Warning Saturday Night, which you probably won't see till Sunday morning anyway.
Right.
And tonight we got reaction videos. I have no idea what we're seeing. Dave's going to have to do the heavy lifting as he explains either one at a time what he's going to show us, and I will be totally reacting. I'm going to take this time to give a shout out to Richard Vasquez, who doesn't like my fucking green screen. So no more fucking green screen. Hell with that shit. No more nice shirts. And my attitude is going to be what it is. And anybody out there, I don't need any fucking hearing aids from the last week's video. What the problem was that Danny played the heavy chords on her guitar instead of doing the high note leads, and that's why I thought her guitar wasn't audible. Then I figured it out. So it was what I was listening for were the high note leads instead of the heavy chords. So my hearing's fine and everything's going to be okay. And I don't know what the hell's going on tonight. So I'm just going to hand it right over to Dave to start us off what we're going to start off with. Take it away, Dave.
Before Dave goes, I want to let some. Oh, I don't look that bad now, do I? TWA. All right. So we got Still Racer says hello. Don Music, of course, is in the house. Ola. We got Brian Steele, and I will throw this up. He is our first and only member.
Yay. Welcome.
Scotty Miller from Michigan in the house. Jay Bake, my boy, the hookup. Billy Holderman, some guys. He says that hands yellow, heart red. No idea what that means. Okay, so go ahead, Dave.
Okay, Louis. So what we have tonight is I decided to look at some acoustic stuff that The Warning have done, both as a band and some individual stuff from Danny and Pow. I know a lot of people don't like the acoustic stuff, but I think it's good to look at because it gives you nowhere to hide. If you've got no talent, it will show up.
Yes,
I've always
Louis
said with the Kiss Unplugged, I always used to say to people, if you didn't think Kiss could play, watch the Kiss Unplugged. They will prove to you they are musicians.
Don Music's confused. Hey, Scott, who's not in the house tonight. Okay.
We should do a special guest of Scott for one of these.
Oh, he would hate it.
Do these.
He would hate it.
Depends what we look at.
Well, we'd have to do the heavier warning stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So what we got up next, I, in preparing this, heard and reacted to a couple of these on my other channel. Some of them I haven't heard, so I'm assuming they're new to you, Dave.
Yeah, I sort of had a quick look just to make sure the sound quality was good, and that was it.
All right. Well, we're going to start out with the end. Stars always seem to fade in the acoustic variety. Let me make sure I grab the right damn video.
Yeah, don't throw us off straight away.
Yeah. What the hell's going on here?
I've got my hearing aids in, see, Lou?
We got buds instead of...
Yeah, I'm budding today.
You guys keep talking. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I did with the videos.
Oh, he's lost them. That's a great start to a live.
Okay, Dave, I got a question. You mentioned about songs from Keep Me Fed being played live when we did our Keep Me Fed ranking review and insults, and justifiably so, even though we differ on opinion as to which ones should be insulted. Did they do that thing they do in Consume Live back then, where Consume has now become the Warning's Beth?
Don't think so.
Okay. You hear that, folks? Another copy that Warning does, copying Kiss. The drummer comes out from behind and gets up front and center stage and sings, just like Peter Criss came out from behind the drums to sing Beth. So, and it's not an insult. We love Kiss, and if the Warning gives any little nod to the things Kiss does, we happen to find it a compliment and we like it. You know.
At least when they come out front and play piano, they actually play the piano.
Yes. Well, that's Eric Singer's thing. Peter Chris just sat on a stool.
Even I could play Eric Carr's piano.
Yes. Anyway, well, Peter Chris played the Eric Carr type piano back on the Paul Lynde Halloween special, which is really cool. I wish I could get the rights to that because I could edit that. Have you seen that whole special? It's a travesty. It's a total disaster. But the Kiss parts are cool, and there's some other cool things in that special too. Came out in '76. Matter of fact, that was the video that kind of helped cement my going into becoming a Kiss fan. I was like, oh my God, Kiss is going to be on the Paul Lynde Halloween special next week. And I wasn't even a fan yet. Then when I watched it, it was like, wow, these guys are rocking out pretty cool, but they're not screaming, they're singing. Playing hard rock and singing was like this novel concept in my ears. Because if you played a rock song back then when I was a kid, you're supposed to scream. And they kind of, discounted that thing. Let me read this. Another good source of unplugged warning type reactions would be to look at some of the Danny midnight session songs that she did on Instagram at different times, just her with her friends. I want to know one thing. Sometimes I have a tendency to spell Danny D-N-I instead of Y because it's short for Daniela. So is it with a Y or an I? Does either
Y.
With a Y.
matter?
It's actually on a guitar as well.
Oh, okay. I always spelled it with an I because her full name has an I in it. So I just figured just shorten it, just take away the rest of it. That's the way I always spell it.
Yeah. I have a friend, Danielle, and we go Danny with an I. So
You go Danny with an I?
You had a friend?
I got a couple of friends, Rob. They don't know their friends, but
Well, I look at it this way. I don't have any friends. I just happen to know people that aren't ashamed to admit they know me.
acquaintances they call them.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And to be honest, when you get old, acquaintances are better. They're less stress.
Yes. And they're a friend in need is a pest indeed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I figured out what happened. My program downloaded the MKV files instead of the MP4. So I'm downloading them as we speak. So the first one is ready. And I won't make that mistake again.
So this should be the end with the three girls.
Yes. This should be the end. Red hands never fade. Stars always seem to fade. All right, here we go.
I don't regret, wish I could forget, 'cause all the things I've done and all the things I've said don't go away. They stay with me like a constant loop inside my mind that's always on repeat. I know it was wrong, but there's nothing to be done anymore. I won't forgive myself, 'cause pity doesn't help anymore. This is the end. So long, my friends. Stars always seem to fade. It's a little too late to replace the end.
going on here? You guys still there?
Yeah, we're there,
Yeah,
but the video is freezing up a lot.
Very glitchy.
So there you go, Louis. What? Okay, I'm having a technical glitch here. Give me.
He's glitchy, Lou.
Glitch
Well,
is
other than the
very-
glitch, I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, Lou looks froze.
Well, I'm moving now. Can you see me moving?
Now he doesn't.
He's moving all right with me, but
Yeah.
Wow. You want us to go out and come back in and stuff like that?
No.
no, he's gone.
I
Quick, we
think
can
he's
talk
got-
about him.
Maybe he's got, I don't know, some connection troubles. So should we
The,
talk about the video or wait for
yeah.
Rob to come back?
The little drum
Well,
pad.
I will be totally honest. I really enjoyed that.
All right,
You're back?
I got
Okay.
booted.
Oh, you got booted. Are you sure you're not? Are
Everything
you
is on
connected
stream.
properly? You got any loose Ethernet or something?
No, I think because I got those videos downloading, it bogged my system down.
Oh,
I want to go back to a comment, and I remember this from the past. Jay Bake here has been in that exact room with the warning for a meet and greet in Monterey in 2023.
wow.
So that's
pretty
awesome.
Lucky bastard.
historical.
Okay. So anyway, what'd you think now, Lou? I'm sorry. I couldn't hear a thing.
Well, I got something positive and something negative. The positive is for the video, the song, the way they played it, and everything else. The negative thing is what I've been seeing a couple videos of the last few concerts that are pretty recent. I'd rather see them do that than to see the concert because it's not the Warning I know and love. It's become a totally different thing. So I hate to say it that way, but yeah, I really enjoyed that video. It was really good.
Davey
Well-
boy.
Not sure what Louis is talking about, but there you go. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. As I said, I had one of those little drum pads that Power's playing there, and the hardest thing to do was actually hit the freaking middle of the pad because they're so small.
Yeah, it's for small
So,
people whose arms are this close to each other.
Well, I have a great deal of respect for anyone who can hit the middle of those things because I used to cross all the time. So, but no, it was really well done.
I heard
she's got
that
a great
about
voice.
you crossing all the time.
Yeah. It's my
Okay.
studied dildos, wasn't it?
Okay, so let's see. Is the warning what? Is this the warning channel now? Settle down, back and heart. Again, check the kiss to warning ratio. You're lit already, aren't you? All right. So next up, go ahead, Louis.
I was like, Vackenhart, I think you're a cool dude. Or maybe you're 3 or 4 different dudes because you always need to change up how you post your comments. But anyway, no, we're just a Saturday night warning show. That's what we do, right?
Yes.
The rest of the time, if you've been watching us, we've done like so far 4 kissing videos in a row or something like that.
Mhm.
And we're going to have more, I think another Kiss video tomorrow. And it's going to go on for a while. And we'll do other bands. But we're probably a Kiss channel. We just like to show a little love for the warning because we're appreciative that a new band has gotten enough attention and spreads really good music most of the time. Thank you.
He's a good dude. He's my number one fan.
Yeah, right. Quick question for the viewers out there, and I asked this in the comment section today. Who the hell is this Halsey person that I keep hearing about that the warning's opening for, that Evanescence is opening for? I've never heard of this person in my life, or band, whatever they are.
Band. I think they're a band. Pretty big as far as I know.
Pop music woman, says Jay Bake. That explains why I have no idea who it is.
You like pop music?
I love pop music about 3 decades ago.
You're listening to one of my
I like
favorite
that
songs
song.
before we started.
Which song?
Roxette's Joyride.
Oh, I
No.
love Roxette. Roxette, oh, what a tragic loss.
No, I
She's a
was thinking-
singer and dancer, extremely talented, but not rock.
Right.
Okay.
I know the song "Pop Music" by a band called M.
That's awesome song.
Music.
Okay, he likes grand pop music now. Very funny, Jay Bake. All right, grand pop. All
I'm a
right.
granddad, so
Well, I'm not, so I could be, but I'm not. That I know of. All right. Next one up is Hunter, the acoustic version, I believe. So let's go.
is this glitch free?
I'm one step behind when you close your eyes. I'm breathing on your neck, I'm the chill down your spine. A shadow, your ghost, I'm here to collect the payment that you're running from, the lifestyle you spend. You taught me with words that don't make a sound. You mock with your actions, you laugh with no doubt. You relish the pain, we'll cherish it more. 'Cause after this there'll be nothing to feel anymore. Fall onto me now. Time is running out. Fall onto me now. Time is running out. When both of your feet fall on the steps you couldn't climb, I'll be there to pull you under. Take back what is mine. You think you can take my title away? Well, I'm coming back. Better run away. It's my turn. I'll pass the judgment. You can't escape your fate. Run! I'm right at your door and I'm counting to 3. Don't need no permission to take you with me. Do it, girl, you'll go do it again. It's not a question of why, it's a question of when. Fall onto me now. Time is running out. Fall onto me now. Time is running out. When both of your feet fall on the steps you couldn't climb, I'll be there to pull you under. Take back what is mine. You think you can take my title away? Well, I'm coming back. Better run away. It's my turn. I'll pass the judgment. Can't escape your fate. Run! When both of your feet fall on the steps you couldn't climb, I'll be there to pull you under. Take back what is mine. You think you can take my title away? Well, I'm coming back. Better run away. It's my turn. I'll pass the judgment. Can't escape your fate. Run! Run! Run!
All right.
Love it. I guess that cymbal sound comes from the drum pad thing or something. Because I was
Yeah,
gonna-
it's just the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
ones.
but I never had an official drum pad, but I had a practice pad when I tried to do drum lessons in school. And you get a thing with a circle piece of rubber about that big that you got to hit that in the center. So that's a bigger challenge. But
See,
the
I
song-
was told that off camera, the guy who can't assemble a microphone stand was hitting cymbals. You okay, Louis?
got to stop smoking and laughing at the same time.
I was waiting for Rob to complain that she wasn't hitting a double bass.
Oh,
Yeah, she really should have 2 pedals up there. Although I don't know how she'd be able to stand well.
anyway.
You know, going back
That's the
and
funny
forth.
part, isn't it? Because you're watching this and you've got the
Yeah.
drummer standing, who normally sits.
Well,
Yeah, that's got to be a
guitarist
pain in the
sitting,
butt.
but normally
one of
standing.
my all-time favorite Warning songs. As a matter of fact, I believe when we did the 3-way battle, I was the only one that picked that song to be the choice against the other 2, which I got to go back and watch that again. But whether on the album, played live on stage, or this, all fantastic. I love that song. It's strong enough that it could go under almost any type of interpretation as long as it doesn't get veered from too much or any kind of weird, bizarre way. So it's a damn good song. They played it well. I enjoyed the hell out of that.
Dave,
Do we have 90 people watching at the moment?
I was 22 at one point.
There's on my YouTube feed at the moment. There's
It's a
90
record.
people watching.
1886. Wow.
Excellent.
Dave, it is
well
your
done.
turn.
I love watching do the little rudiments there on the drum pad. As I said,
What
had a go at one
is
of
a
those things.
rudiment? Somebody saw that
It's the
comment.
little-
What is a rudiment?
So, you know, when you
Is
have
that where
those
she's
double
being
hits?
rude to the drums, or
Yeah, very rude.
what?
So when you're bouncing the sticks off the pads.
Hello?
very
Oh, now you
quickly-
guys cut out. You
We're
there?
here.
Am I still here? Yeah,
I see Dave.
we're here.
Hello?
I see Louis.
Rob, your end is screwing up again.
Hey, you guys watching out there, are you getting any are you guys getting any issues out there? Because these guys both are cutting in and out and twirling and
I think
okay,
it's
now
just
you
Rob.
look normal.
Oh wow, thank you. Is that a compliment?
For
Must
us,
be my
that's
damn
it.
computer. Yeah. It could be. I don't know what
This
I don't even know what I was talking
special.
about anymore.
It bored me to death.
Vac and Hart.
I'm losing respect for you, man. That song is not boring at all.
The king of positivity.
Jesus.
What did you think, Rob? Did you like it?
I think he's nodding to his problem.
Okay. I thought he'd be looking down between his legs.
Okay, so what's going on here is when I'm downloading videos, my internet is bogging. My stream is getting killed. You guys are normal now. Vac and Hart, just go comatose somewhere. The question would be, if you don't like it, why are you here? Come back for Kiss, Ozzy,
Tomorrow
AC/DC,
night.
whatever. Yeah, tomorrow night. Not the first time you were hearing this, I guess, but it's you. But thank you. It's me. It's a warning thing, right?
As Danny says, yeah, it's not me, it's you.
It's not me, it's you. Okay, all good here. Only issue seemed to whatever. Okay, so Dave, did you say you hated Hunter?
No, I said I liked Hunter. I mean, yeah, Louis praised it. Louis praised it more when we did our battle, but I didn't have anything against the song. It was just, it was going against two other great songs. But
What were the other
Again,
two
they've done
songs
it
it
really
went
well.
against? I forgot.
oh shit,
I'd have to
expect
look
us to
it
remember
up.
that.
What other two songs?
What were they?
When we did the 3-way battle.
Three-way battle.
With Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have gone. up
I
against-
don't know, some warning experts out there will know the track order on the 3 albums we did. I don't have a clue.
Oh, here we go. Hunter went up against Materio and Exterminated.
Oh, I was
Hey.
so right. It is the
I
best
picked-
of the 3.
I picked Hunter. I've got my
You
list
picked
here. I picked
Hunter?
Hunter.
Who
Okay.
told you that?
I think Rob picked
Martirio.
Martirio.
Yeah. Yeah, he did because it was 2-1.
They didn't post that in the comments, did they?
No, I've just pulled my list up from
Oh,
that
you
show.
went okay. You're going okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey fellas, I'll become a member soon as I get to the bank. I don't expect anybody to become a member. I only did that because in order for me to have special emojis for myself in the comment section and create my own, I had to offer a membership. So I choose the absolute dirt cheapest 99 cents. You all get the emojis and badges and crap like that. I'm not one for bilking people out of extra money. But thank you anyway to you guys. Dull Knives acoustic on piano. I don't know if that's on this list or not. Ask Dave.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So next up is going to completely rock Sinister Smiles, one of my favorite Warning songs of all time. Only issues is that one viewer is getting the boring version of the show. What? Dude, I'm not smart. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Here we go. We are going to go with Sinister Smiles.
Hey, little girl, there's something you don't know. You have nothing left but this body you control. I'd walk away, but before I could...
You know what? We're going to restart that because I forgot to take the old video off.
I did. I could see.
I'm having a hell of a time getting used to this live stuff. Jose, yes, I am going to see them in concert in July, end of July, sometime in the 20s, I think, in Minneapolis.
Is that a long way from you, Rob? Or?
About 400 miles.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hey, little girl, there's something you don't know. You have nothing left but this body you control. I'd walk away, but before I could start, Sinister Smiles shut me up, and they opened up their mouths to say, break, break, just break apart. Break, break, just break apart. Hey, little girl, do you feel satisfied? Have you quenched the hunger that was still dormant inside? Trust when I say I won't let you get hurt, but if I am to burn, then you will never get
We now have 100 people viewing. Hello, everybody. This is incredible. We're used to like 2. So thank you. Louis.
I got one question I couldn't remember. What was the first song they did on this show tonight?
The end.
The end, yeah.
So far this has been and this is going to be a Queen of the Murder Scene acoustic show.
Yeah, I think so. It must have been about the time the album came out. So
yeah, I'm enjoying it so much. I mean, if these girls just came on the scene with no previous thing other than play acoustic bass, acoustic electric, and a drum pad, they still would have been a sensation. You know, these girls just have the talent. I'm enjoying everything so far. It's amazing. The song is great. You know, that's all I could say. I'll try to come up with something more elaborate and original, maybe with the next song or something. But so far, it's been wonderful to watch this.
Danny was just born to be a front woman, wasn't she?
Oh, the part I think it was the other stuff. Now I'm confusing myself now. When they start, Danny takes the first part of the verse, and then Powell takes the second part. If you didn't see it, you'd think it was all Danny all the time.
I actually just learned that by watching this.
Yeah, I didn't know that when they download on the record, do they trade vocals or is it all Danny on the record? I don't know.
Dave.
I said it was excellent. Danny's just born to be a front woman. I mean, the girl's got some chops, hasn't she? And even Powell's little drum fill in there. I mean, like I said, try hit one of those bloody drum pads like that. It's difficult. Just everything about it was top class. So.
All right. Well, I finally have a reaction. This might have overtaken Automatic Sun for me. It's top 4 Warning songs, period, for me. For those of you keeping score out there, I rated this much higher in my list of Warning songs than the 2 gentlemen above me because I have more taste. But
I'm looking back on our thing here, Rob. So when we did the 3-way battle, it went against Runaway and Z. And Z won it 2-1.
And what one?
Z won 2-1. I picked Z.
It wasn't me, man. I had Sinister Smiles all the way through on that one.
Lou must have gone with Z with me.
Yeah. Anyway, fabulous. I mean, this song, like Lewis said, you wouldn't even, they could have recorded it this way. It's just as good. It's so hard in an acoustic setting. And I use that loosely because guitars are still plugged in. It's still somewhat of electronic drum sound. But in the setting of not having all your amps and PAs and effects and everything, it is so hard to get that quality hard rock sound without losing something, having it sound, neutered. This was incredible. And Danny, just flawless as usual. So,
well,
go ahead.
I just want to say, even though the acoustic guitars have a thing to plug in or whatever, don't forget, those strings are harder to play.
It absolutely are.
Electric guitar strings are very soft and easy that allow all the stuff that virtuosos can do. Just like when Ace Frehley, when he was on the Unplugged show, like he had to do the 2000 Man, he had to do that at hard string acoustic. So, kudos to him for that. And Bruce Kulick too, when he was doing all that stuff.
Soloing is ridiculously hard. And I learned on an acoustic when I was 10 years old. And my fingers literally all of Bryan Adams bled. And it is, I recommend anybody thinking about picking up a guitar, even as a hobby, start on acoustic. You'll be better for it.
I love that song that Bryan Adams does that you were referencing.
Summer of '69, yeah.
One of the best songs ever.
All right. I'm having difficulties while I download, so apparently it doesn't affect you guys. So you guys talk while I finish downloading this song.
No worries.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? Jeez, I don't know. I have to
talk about how awesome I am.
All right. Rob is so awesome.
That won't take long. How long do you need, Rob?
So Sinister Smile makes the good list. This is where Rob and I have a difference of opinion. And actually, I have a difference of opinion between Dave and Rob. I do not like Automatic Sun. I don't think it represents the band best at all. I don't know what's the appeal of that song. It's very popular. I don't know why. When you got their
'Cause it's a
catalog,
good song.
which is so much better, I don't think it's a good song. I don't like it. It just something about it just irritates me. So far, what I've been hearing tonight buries Automatic Sun by very deep depths.
Well, I hope the rest of it does the same for you, Lou, because
Mhm.
obviously it's not all this. I think the next one is the last of this little set,
Okay, then they're going to be
then-
somewhere else.
and then we go into some just power stuff and some just Danny stuff.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Because obviously Ali doesn't sing, so we're not likely
To touch
get an
on
Ali
what
solo.
Lou was just saying about Automatic Sun.
Boot to the head. Boot to the head.
Yeah,
All right.
do all you want. I know. I know the Warning Army's not going to agree with me because everything they do is great. But if there's anybody out there just a sensible Warning fan like myself,
Brian
tell me
Steele
if you
answers
will.
your earlier. Brian Steele answers your earlier question, Louis. Yes, Danny and Pau share vocals on the album as well.
okay.
And Scotty, the other Scott, does not participate in the Warning videos. He only likes things that could only be described as noise. So he doesn't come on for the lighter stuff. So this is basically the three real music lovers that can appreciate multiple genres and things. So Scotty will
We should
never be
really-
on Saturdays.
We should really just rename this High IQ Saturday.
Yeah, there you go. Howie Jr. says Automatic Sun is their favorite song to play live, Louis. So take that.
Oh, maybe because it's easy for them.
Hey, g'day, Aussie,
It's such a jerk. Okay.
g'day, Aussie
Next.
Brad from down under.
Oh, yeah, Aussie Brad.
Another Aussie in the
right.
house.
Okay, so now we have Red Hands Never Fade. This should be interesting.
Yeah, that's be trippy on acoustic.
I think Louis on record is saying he hates this song.
No. I'm the only one that picked it. Like I said, Queen of the Murder
It
Scene
went
dominated
against-
the three-way for me.
It went against our mistakes and Evolve, and Rob and I went for Evolve.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Tell me what I must do to atone for what I did to your soul. Tell me to step over fire. What is your desire? 'Cause it is done. One word and it'll be done. That game you already won. Invisible, I am bleeding. I'm bleeding. Listen to me. I know that it was just a mistake. But you don't forget, man, you don't forget, yeah, you don't forget. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. When we take another step closer towards your eyes. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. But we know it ain't. Got to let hands never fade. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. When we take another step closer towards your eyes. To tell you, to tell me, to tell you that it's alright. But we know it ain't. 'Cause it has never been.
Seriously? Has it always been that short?
It's not a very long song anyway.
I think it's a little longer. I don't think it's that
okay.
short.
That's what she said.
There you go, Louis. Red Hands Never Fade. Give us your
Another
take.
terrific song. I know I picked in the three-way battle, and I love it. And that was a good version, even though it seemed to be short, unless it froze. 'cause
No, they smiled at the end.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I don't have anything to add to that. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and so far, I was fearing going into this episode tonight, wondering what are we going to see? Are we going to get like bad sound quality videos, or going to be like, is this going to bore me and all that? But so far, boredom is not even a factor. This has really been a fun show tonight, and I'm really digging it. Go ahead, Dave.
Do you think I'd bore you on purpose, Lou?
No, maybe in what's that word? You know, maybe indirectly, but never intentionally.
Subconsciously.
It's good, but I like everything on Mayday Era better. There you go. I guess that's close enough to a taking my side that other things are better.
No, not really. No, I like it. You don't.
No, I don't.
Okay, the man Jay Bake says they took out the O's, so maybe that's why it trimmed it up in time a little bit. Maybe
I thought they were in there.
That's
You're
not-
right.
yeah, but they had I think there's a longer section of it just repeated.
Yeah.
I don't remember for sure.
Maybe that,
No, Louis prefers it trimmed anyway.
no.
Stop it, Louis. Don't even go there.
Songs I'm talking about.
Yes. No, it depends.
And even Rob doesn't like 7-minute songs. So
No, I do not.
I think it's
Okay,
make
back
it short, make it sweet.
to
all
back to reality here.
I guess
Okay,
we're not
so
on-
what we're gonna do next here is, man, I was told to react to this song and I was not impressed, and it had nothing to do with the Warning's talent. It had everything to do with the horrific song. And I looked into a lot of different versions, including the original of this song they cover. It's just a terrible song from Radiohead, a terrible band, and a terrible song from a terrible town, from terrible parents. Radiohead's brutal, and this song reminds me of something Nirvana would have done with all the woe is me crap. But we'll let the people see what you guys think. Certain bands, for me, pretty much any band could never save this song. But it is what it is.
I'll go on record to say that I do like. I'm not a Radiohead fan, but I do like the song "Creep."
Okay, well then you'll be a good one to judge if they do this really well or not, because I couldn't tell you. And it actually looks like just a piano with POW.
POW and piano. Do you know the song "Creep," Louis?
Yes, I know it very well.
Okay. And here we go, gentlemen. This is for you, creeps.
You were here before. Could look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special.
Little context here. The classy guy from Radio I believe, says you're so effing special, because that really gets the point across on how special this person is. Powell classed it up.
But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have
Yeah, everybody was staying on here. You gotta wait. Hey, North Dakota Rocks, what's up, buddy? I will go first on this just because you all know I don't like this song. I absolutely can't get over the emotion in Pow's voice, like we always talk about. When she's doing ballads, she could rip your heart right out. And when she's got the raspy part on some of those louder notes, oh, it is just magic. I don't care for the song, but listening to her voice makes everything worth it. Okay, go ahead, Louis.
I remember you had this on your Victory Cast, and you did a few other covers, and you liked this version, and of course, and I didn't know you didn't like the song itself, maybe just because the way Pow does it while you were positive toward her. But yeah, it's a fun video to watch. I've seen that one before, and I said, wait a minute, why is Rob dissing on this song? I thought he liked it, at least when Pow does it, And
I'll tell you this, it's tolerable when Pow does it. When I listen to the original, I almost slit my wrist.
Yeah, like when I said I know the song, I don't mean like I know it backwards and forward. I mean, I know of it. I'm aware it was a very often played song on the radio. That's what I mean, but I know that song.
Dave?
Well, I'm probably the odd one out then because I actually do like the original song. As I said, not a Radiohead fan at all, but I do like this song. Pow's version is just, as you said, Rob, the way she sings is just can tear your heart apart. I don't know if it tears Louis' heart apart, but for most normal people with a song, Louis from the crypt. But most normal people with a soul, Pow's voice is just sublime. Most bands
I'll tell you what,
two voices like that in a band.
Two voices like that, yeah. And from what I hear, and it's my fault, I know there's cave performances and maybe some other ones where Allie sings lead on stuff, and I've never checked them out. But probably three sisters who could all sing and play piano. I mean, piano to me has got to be one of the most difficult instruments to play. It's one of those where I wish I had parents that would have forced me to play piano, because it does translate to guitar, and piano goes with rock well. So much talent with these girls, it's ridiculous. And like I said, that ending, priceless. I mean, you could tell she was so psyched that she got it down flawlessly. Just a great watch, even though I don't care for the song, a great watch nonetheless.
I think most people will tell you that it's a much better instrument to compose music on. Guitar, like.
All I know is having one hand do one thing while the other plays a different tempo is next to frickin' impossible for me. And I'm a guitar player. And when I can play so I can do like background synthesizer stuff, but actually like using your fingers and doing notes, forget it. All right.
That's why you do it when you're younger.
Exactly. It's like I would like to learn Spanish, especially in light of my job. And I'll play around with the translator app so I can, say swear words to people and make them laugh. But man, just looking at how I'll be typing something in the translator and it'll start like with 2 or 3 words. And then all of a sudden I'll hit one more letter and it'll combine 2 words, flip another word over. I'm like, there's no way. That's got to be something you do when you're young. Of course, I'm an idiot.
Any Spanish I learned was from Dora the Explorer.
All right, I'm going to try to get the next one, so you guys go ahead and talk about something interesting. I'm sorry, this will never happen again to all 133 people watching. This will never happen again. I wasn't paying attention, and my program downloaded the wrong format, so I got to kind of do this on the fly. So go ahead, guys.
I was going to say we had videos that only had that many views.
Yeah.
But anyway, take that, Joe Rogan.
Hundreds of people watching you right now.
Yeah, right, Joe Rogan.
I actually had a whole heap of your.
If we were ever that
down your neck now.
I had a whole heap of your videos pop up on my YouTube the other day.
Oh yeah, was it the Kiss Attack of the Phantoms?
Yep.
Yeah, I tried
was.
to upload it as a full one video, but it says it was
Yep.
blocked. So when I split it into, you know, different, spread it out over multiple videos like I did before, it seemed to stay all right. And it's just how it goes. Like my official Kiss Alive 3 with I put up the whole video show of the condensed show, and where it just plays the new songs. It said no problem. YouTube owner lets you use it. 4 days later, it got blocked, so I just took it off. Heck with that. It just.
William Burkholder here says, fair enough, Rob. One out of tune piano. I didn't notice that, but I don't have an ear for piano. Black and white video on an iPhone, no pro gear, all emotion. She gets the spirit of the lyrics across like no other performer I've seen. I've never cared for the song until Pow does it. I'm assuming is the end of that thought. And yes, it just, like I said, it's, if that song was on by Radiohead, I would leave the room. I know this. I've tried to watch it. But Pow, you just get caught up in the emotion of her voice. It's just amazing.
The funny thing is, though, Pow's not a creep. She's not a weirdo. The other guy might be a creep and a weirdo. I never really seen the guy, but
we're all creeps and weirdos to someone.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, I'm a creep and a weirdo to like 98% of the Warning Army, but that's all right.
I remember my wife used to call me a creep, and I loved it. I felt so special when she called me a creep. And she goes, "Why do you get all happy when I call you a creep?" I go, "Because other girls that call me creep or mean and didn't like me. Because you love me is why creep sounds so special to me."
So you're creepy in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scotty Miller, awesome job, Lewis.
Yeah, I don't know which part, but whatever it is, it's an awesome job.
Okay, let me
well done, Louis.
Pow done the song the way Radiohead should have. Correct, I agree. We got someone.
I don't think Radiohead could do it the way Pow did it. It's just they're a different type of band, and no matter what, it's like it just wouldn't come across.
Jay Bake busting my balls. Rob, I hate to tell you this, but Radiohead is opening for the Warning in Minneapolis. From what I hear, they will just be playing Creep over and over for 45 minutes. Oh, funny stuff. I can't wait to meet you in person, man. Okay.
Oh boy. So, read that.
What?
What's up on the screen?
I am part of the Army.
Yeah,
I ain't shaving my head for any army. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I think because it's a rock army, you're allowed to have long hair.
Okay. All
Actually,
right.
I think you'd be a general with that haircut.
Okay, so next we have what was that?
Dull Knives.
Oh, that was Dull Knives. No, is that Dull Knives we just listened to?
No,
we just did Creep.
I was going to say I didn't think we did. I think we just did Creep. Okay, so now we got Dull Knives, Cut Better. Go ahead, Lewis.
I was going to say I've abdicated and impeached myself for being president of the Warning country, the essence of the country, the Warning, because I do not like that consume video they do on stage. It totally killed it for me. So I don't want to be the president anymore.
Let me look down the list here.
Gee, if you dropped Kiss every time they disappointed you, Louis, you'd never been a fan.
Well, I am going.
They really never have disappointed me to the extent like that. No,
Jesus Christ.
The Warning has a certain thing I see about them. Like I said, we just saw Pow with the piano. That was cool. She does it on stage. Not that song, but the piano stuff on stage, the slow stuff and all that. None of that stuff has ever become a factor. But that Ariana Grande lookalike ripoff thing she does to come out on stage looking like that, nope, that's where I draw the line.
One thing would make you go, that's it, I'm done.
But now they do it regularly. It's every show now they do that. So it's not
just
a
her
one-off.
bit in the show. Like,
Yeah, I know, but
It's like
still,
Kiss
you
doing
know,
the same shit every show. Like,
hey,
you know,
you can't make the comparison. You know,
30
it's just,
years of the same stuff.
oh yeah, well I know that, but I'm just saying, you know, I've in a short
You'll
amount of
find they'll
time.
do a new album. They'll do a new album. You won't see that again. It's just for this Keep Me Fed tour.
Uh, I hope you're right.
I know I'm right.
But anyway,
Anyway, Rob,
yeah, the
enough
next album's
raspberry.
going to be make or break for me. If I don't like the new album, I would just become a fan of the three best albums they've ever made, and that'll be the end. You
You
know,
said you like Keep Me Fed.
I did not. How dare you fib to the viewers?
You did. You said you certainly liked it a lot more than Rob did.
I just said so I liked a few extra songs. Okay, let's put it this way. Some of the songs that keep me fed, I kind of hold that I kind of like in comparison to the other songs, but
Okay.
they're nothing
So-
compared to the first three albums.
I'll go back to my Kiss thing. There are plenty of albums that Kiss brought out that we like some of the songs, but we don't like all of them.
That's you guys. I like
don't
more of
like
the
all of
songs than
them
most
either.
of you guys do.
I'll stick Monster on for you. See how you go.
Hey, that's it. We Kiss, but you know, I'm talking about the historic point of view of Kiss. You know, not the
Well,
this album, that
everything
album, this
about Kiss
album,
is
that album.
historic now.
Yes, that's true. I just watched I watched the Gene Simmons show before coming on to doing this, and Tommy James was there, and they played Moni Moni, and Tommy James sang on the song, and that was really cool. I didn't
I
finish the
saw a
whole
bit
show
of-
yet.
I saw a bit of the Gene show. He's a sweaty old man now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not like his show's kind of okay, but it's like watching a Kiss sound check.
The problem is, I heard him say, we're going to do stuff we haven't done, but all the stuff that you hear that is
Yeah.
new is covers of other people's songs. It's not old Kiss stuff.
Yeah, like the only song that's never been put on an album, but I know the song. I think it became it's on Sonic Boom. It's a song called "Are You Ready?" and it's very similar to one of the songs on Sonic Boom. And now
Yeah, thanks, Rob. All right, let's get back to it.
the crickets.
Thanks, Rob.
Instead of Rob putting up a video, he has to insult
I did
them.
not
No. I've been waiting for you guys to give a break so I could jump in.
Oh,
Rudolfo, I'm going to have to refer you to Dave because Dave did not have Black Holes Acoustic on this list. Maybe that's something he could bring forward in the future.
I did
Gideon,
because
go ahead.
thought we'd go with the Pepsi Center concert next. So
Okay.
Holes is on their acoustic anyway. So
All right. Their dad stated that Allie actually has the best of the three voices. I heard she's pitch perfect. That's what some people have said. I don't know.
I saw
How
her
dangerous
sing
that could be.
Hunter live. That she did really good with that.
Okay. William, Pa was not a creep. She's an emotive empath.
empath.
Do I look smart, people? Come on. The term refers to some. Thank you. He's going to explain it here. All right. The term that refers to someone who gets inside a character and extracts their thoughts and feelings, then projects them in music and lyrics. Thank you. I learned something today against my will, but nevertheless, I learned something. Let's see. We have Jay Bake. He says he believes he read out of all three girls. Perfect pitch. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I've heard. All right. Now I will back Louis up a little bit. I am not impressed. I have no problem with Powell coming out in front singing. No problem whatsoever. It's a little dorky to have some bearded dummy sitting on the drum kit with these three spectacular looking females, and you got to pull out some caveman to sit on the drums. You couldn't at least got, someone with long heavy metal hair and chains and jewelry and stuff to like fit the part, but hey, that's their choice. I do have a problem, like Louis says, with the Ariana Grande-esque, Katy Perry-esque, trashy-ish, borderline moves out there, overselling as a modern pop star instead of a rock star. It's all in the way she performs. If she'd be out there like Danny, banging head, throwing her hands in the air and stuff, it would be so much cooler. But she gets up there and acts like one of these pop chicks, and that I got no time for pop chicks nowadays, unless it's Britney Spears. Is she making a comeback? She's hot.
No, she can't find. She can't find her panties.
She exits a limo like that every time. That should be part of her stage, or a limo drives up on stage and Britney Spears exits.
Stop it!
Famous
So,
way.
hang on. You're just complaining about the way she dances, and now you wanted to get out of a car with no knickers on.
You guys are killing me.
There's a
I'm
difference.
trying to keep this family show here, but these guys are.
So am I. I'm trying to
They've got
explain to
other
Louis. He's
ideas.
got a problem with one thing, but he wants to see another. Come on.
Okay.
Which
It
is-
doesn't mean Allie has a good vocal control as her sisters, but she can hear it better, and she's working on her vocal power and style. You know what Allie needs to work on? Going back and watching the earlier videos so she can have her hairstylist put those things back in the side of her head and have that cool punk haircut she had. That was fantastic. Let's see. Respect the Rob father. Thank you. Or the black Escalades will show up in your driveway.
Rob,
Okay.
I can't afford to send him to Australia. I'm all right.
Hey, Rob says, that drummer dude you were talking about is Pow's instructor. Well, hopefully at least that instructor can figure out a wing nut on a mic stand, unlike the guitar instructor. All right. Just saw Allie singing Pow's lines during a start at a concert. Awesome. Looked with two P's like Britney did not like it. I'm lost.
That's just a typo.
Okay.
Looked like Britney did not like it.
Yeah, did not like what though? That's where I'm lost. I think
think
the
he
guy
doesn't
Rob
like
is
people.
talking about was the drummer for the opening band in Mexico a few months ago. And yes, he looked metal and tough. Not the guy I saw. He looked like the guy at Last Call who stumbled to the cab with a very unkempt beard. But Powell coming out in front for Narcissista with her percussion teacher playing the kit at Teatro was great. Powell coming out front for Consume with the Holy Wars drummer did nothing from. That's the guy. That's the performance. And I thought, seriously, who is this homeless guy playing drums?
Did he play the drums all right?
Killing me. Allie needs to stop listening to herself sing. What, she like self-conscious maybe? I don't know. The person that plays for them. Okay, we've got all this holy roller stuff again. All right. Allie said she hates that haircut in multiple interviews. Well, Allie's entitled to an opinion, even when it's wrong. All right. Allie hated the older hairstyle. Yeah, well, we just established. Allie can be wrong. She's not perfect all the
I
time.
expect Rob in the next video to come out with Ali's hairstyle. I want to see you. Leave it on that side, mate.
But you said she cut her hair really short. Do you have a photo of that? I don't think I've seen that.
It's not really short, but there's a picture, I think, from Keep Me Fed era where the three of them are like approaching the camera lens and Allie's hair is like above the shoulders.
Oh, okay. I've seen that. It doesn't look so bad.
Well, I didn't say it looked bad. I'm just thinking long hair is better. You know,
Sometimes you got to cut it off though to make it grow better.
yeah, if I did that, it would never grow back at my age. So
Well, that's because you're old and you're scared.
thank you. That was awesome. All right. So the next one we have is Dull Hands.
Dull knife.
No?
Dull knives.
Dull knives never fade. Dull knives cut better. Jeez. See what happens when you guys get me all distracted? Here we go. This looks like it is a piano with Danny and Pow.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes. Okay.
the size of that amp.
The rush that's in my veins, I can't control it. Tell me why. This voice that's in my head is getting stronger. Tell me how. The aching in my bones is taking over. Tell me why. My blood ain't spilling red. I'm freaking out.
well done. Excellent. You know, I'm not a good singer anymore, and I know I irritate the guys when I'm singing parts of songs. But when I was a good singer, and that is true, that was the time I actually sang much better than I do now, is that if I had to play or sing with someone playing an unamplified piano, I would be uncertain as to how loud I should sing. So singing with someone just playing a piano and knowing the control level in itself is a talent, not to sing too loud or too quiet. And Danny was terrific with the singing. Pow, wonderful on the piano. The spread between her thumb and finger looked like bigger than mine. And we're talking like 11 inches between my finger like that, or 10 or 11 inches. And those look like a big spread on those hands. Look at the cat on Rob's head.
Only pussy he's getting tonight.
Thank you, Dave. What was your take on it?
The entire time I'm watching that, I'm just thinking, could you imagine just sitting on that couch there in that room, listening to these two girls? Like, be a once in a lifetime experience. And that piano has got to be worth some money one day. That's where it's all written.
Jay Bake, I heard that Lewis's specialty song is Creep by Radiohead. Lewis, is that true? And can you give Rob a little taste of perfection? He wants to hear you sing some Creep, Louis.
Oh, geez, I can't even think how to begin to sing that one. Man, I can't even get it in my head how it goes. I have to hear it, and then, like,
Got Scott Miller saying he'd pay top dollar to hear you sing, Louis.
Oh, geez.
Rob, practice it and do it for the next morning Saturday.
Let's start again. Oh, I couldn't do it. No, it's not registered in my memory to put it forward.
All right, my take on this one, it is absolutely ridiculous that one person can have that much power in her voice. She was drowning out the piano without a microphone and not even straining. Danny is the goddess of rock vocalists. Sure, there are people that I love that sing higher and are more different style, but as a rock singer, there ain't nothing that can touch Danny. It's just, it never, ever ceases to amaze me. Every time I see something I haven't seen, it just gets stronger and stronger. Incredible.
Let's be honest, Rob, at her age, she hasn't peaked yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, Paul had a great voice through the 70s, but it wasn't until he was in his 30s that his voice really got booming and real powerful. So it's scary to think of how good she's going to be. And that piano part towards the end, I don't play piano. I don't know if that was difficult. It sure as hell sounded difficult. That sounded like Mozart type shit. Incredible. All right. What? Oh, okay. No what? Okay. The wife who played piano her whole life said it's not that hard, but it sure as hell sounds impressive. I got to get the next one going here so you guys discuss.
So the Rock Mother's got talent.
Yes, she does. And she used to be able to sing like a mother too. Choir and all that stuff. Yeah.
I was going to say, my mother used to sing.
You should make some videos of her playing the piano. I'd like to hear it.
She has an electric piano now that sits and collects dust. That I'm sure she
My Best
would.
Friend by Queen. That's on electric piano.
Yeah.
Great song too. Still can't believe we haven't done any Queen.
That's your fault.
Oh, I have a list of really cool Queen songs that don't get too much radio airplay.
Okay. That was going to be the thing I said. I'm fine. Stay away from "We Will Rock You." We Are the Champions. Another one, "Bites of Dust." And horrific Bohemian Rhapsody crap.
All right, these are the deep cuts. I'll send you the list maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Okay. All right, we are queued up. Down Under Dave. Good to see an Aussie up here. Aussie Brad.
How you doing, Aussie brother?
All right, so the next one. What's that?
I was just asking Brad what part of Australia he's from.
Hey,
Did you hear that?
why is your YouTube handle Davo?
Mine?
No, Rob. I look. It doesn't say. It says Down Under Davo or something like that. There's no E.
You I tried down under Dave and it wouldn't let me have it.
So you change it to Davo or that's
Davo.
Davo?
Awesome.
Okay.
Aussie
See, in
Brad
Australia-
is from Vic. What is Vic?
I won't hold that against you, Brad. Victoria.
Okay.
I'm from South
All right.
Australia, and Victoria and South Australia have a bit of a friendly
Oh,
Rivalry.
Is that like the Irish with the
Yeah.
North and the South and the brown?
And I was
the
going to
green?
say, in Australia, we tend to say it'd be Robbo, Davo, Scotto. We like to go O on the end of everything. Your
Okay.
homo.
Are we ready?
I think I am ready for Fade Away, the Patreon release. Let me make sure. Yes, it is ready. So again, looks like we got Pow on the piano. I think these are small thumbnails, but I think
Yeah.
that's who it is.
I had small hands, sorry.
I just got that. Okay, damn all of you in the comments because now I can hear it's out of tune. I didn't even notice till you said that. All right.
Me?
Louie.
That Gideon with the saxophone thing. You remind me of the Simpsons episode where Homer takes Missy Lisa goes, saxophone. I don't know what you mean by the piano being out of tune, because she might just be deliberately playing minor chords instead. You can't tell if a piano's out of tune by what you're hearing, because she could be choosing to do that sound, you know? So for whatever reason, she's choosing to do that. She did well.
Dave.
I remember this being the song that she played on the electric keyboard at that concert in 2015, and it was more elaborate then, but it's a fun watch and it was cool. I hate to do this, but it was running in my mind when we did the reaction last week with Pow drumming and stuff. I figured Rob's going to be focused on how she's so cute and little, how well she's playing. But all he complained was, it doesn't have a double bass, and I hate the song she's drumming to.
You're such a damn liar. God.
Oh, no, I think Dave can back me up. Isn't that what happened, Dave?
No,
I said, the song I can't stand.
You son of a bitch. I made the comment that I'd never seen the two little freaking things with one pedal doing a double bass, and it would be cooler if she actually had a double bass. And you guys ran roughshod with how I said single drums suck, and it just became a thing.
That's how I remember him going, Louis. Yeah.
She's such an asshole.
It was much cooler to have two bass drums, and she sucks because she doesn't. And then the next episode, we had all these pictures of double bass drums come up.
Yeah.
Even though I was looking at this Peter Criss one with one bass drum.
But the one thing that was prevalent was, instead of admiring how she played the drums so well at such a young age, it was, man, I hate that song she's drumming to. That was all you focused on.
It was a horrible song. It wasn't a war.
We're not talking about the song.
To be a song, doesn't matter what the song is. I wanted you to react to how well she drummed, not what the song she chose.
You said react to the video. That's all inclusive of everything that comes through that video, including the song.
Okay. All right. I guess
Dave, your take on this last one.
Yeah, I loved it. I love the way she ran out of breath when she was doing that huge burst there, and kept it together though, which I thought was pretty good because I wouldn't have. But no, once again, she delivered, and I do like the way she deliberately turns away from the phone when she's singing, so she doesn't overpower the mics, because they're shit. Yeah, no, it's really well done.
T-Rex, thank you. It's well known within the Warning Army that their at-home piano is slightly out of tune, and we love it that way. Louis, so she's not playing minor chords. It is slightly out of tune. Take that.
Yeah, so you were majorly wrong.
Oh. I don't know. I'd have to go and hit every key along the way and go ding, 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 to know if it's out of tune.
Jay Bake, she can split an apple with her bare hands. Is that real? Or are you sarcastic? This is a leverage thing more than a strength thing. I wouldn't doubt if she is the strongest one, though. Without a doubt, she may be the middle child and Allie may be the tallest, but Pow would be the one I could see beating people into submission, including boyfriends.
That height and that short distance with her arm.
She's got Pow has got such a rage in her. You can just see it. That one video from Keep Me Fed, you guys can help me out there because I don't remember which one it was for. They were doing auditions for like replacements for themselves or something. And the three of them were behind the table. And this person who was auditioning was having an attitude. And Pow jumped up on the table like she was going to rip her head off. She acted way too well for that to be fake. She's got that rage. And it's hilarious coming from someone 5 foot.
You mean the burnout video?
Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where everybody's all involved. Oh, I got to tell you, it's hard. I can't find it anymore. But I was watching where Danny is in the cave, and she's showing all the different, like the mic stands, and everything else. And the mic stand, my fist will represent the microphone on the stand, and she walks up to Allie's and goes like that. See where her microphone is? She's supposed to be shorter than me. And it's such a cute video to see that when the microphone just like right up at the Danny's head like that.
Gabriel says, yes, Allie can rip it in half since she was 13. I can't even imagine. Of course, I don't think I've held an apple since I was 13, but it's got to be hard.
I can rip a banana.
Me too. On a good
If you
day.
take it out the skin. If you take it out the skin first.
I have become so phobic, and I won't use the other word, that when I eat a banana, I got to break it off in little chunks. I
He
can't
puts it
put
in
the whole thing
sideways.
in my mouth anymore.
He puts it in
Sideways.
sideways because that's how good boys eat them.
This falls crumble apart. We did that.
Okay, I'm going to run through these comments. Will you guys get us in further trouble with YouTube? And I will upload the next video.
I'm not going to get anyone in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good boy, Dave.
I'm probably the PG guy here.
I don't
Yeah.
know. When the cat was on his head, you said that's the only pussy he's going to get. And I just said,
If you
I
want to
wouldn't mind
take that
seeing
in a
Britney
dirty
Spears
way,
come up on stage and get out of a limo. And I didn't use any dirty words.
if you want to say that, I mean, I can say something. How you take it is up to you. Obviously, you have a
Yes.
dirty mind. And I see no other cats in the vicinity of Rob. So obviously, that's the only one he's getting tonight. Any other cats there, Rob? I can't see any.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
they're
cat
all
guy.
they're all in the house.
How many do
I
you
can't see
have?
them.
3.
Wow.
Menage a trois.
You just keep incriminating yourself, Dave. But all right.
That's what. threesomes is,
Gideon, I also read someplace that due to starting to play the bass at such a young age, Allie's hands adapted to the instrument and her left hand fingers are slightly longer than the right. Come on, you're bullshitting me. Is it kind of like evolution?
It's like my middle leg is slightly longer than my other two.
Oh. Damn it. Okay. I thought I heard them say that they couldn't find anyone local to tune the piano, so they just left it. Okay.
One
Fair
time
enough.
somebody says, Lou, are you
Got the old
Yeah.
school sound to it.
Yeah. So he said,
Yeah.
Lou, are you the tripod? They said, no, my legs are too short.
Jesus. You guys are killing me here. J-Bake. Yeah, the show, she showed that one, I'm illiterate today. Yeah, she showed that one, the cooking show. She showed that one, the cooking show. That's
Maybe it's supposed to be on.
okay.
Maybe,
Okay.
Yeah, that could be the word.
Show her
on.
that her fret hand is a tad longer than her pick pluck hand. That's incredible. All right, whatever.
Obviously, just stretching at a young age, and
Gideon's laughing at you guys. Pau says Allie's deformed.
my doctor said that about me as well.
Yeah, right. That was fire, Dave Down Under. Okay. Don't encourage him, Scott. Aussies are trouble, but don't push it too far most of the time. Okay.
Exactly right. We know our limitations.
Rob's house, Rob's house, where the men are men and the cats run scared. You son of a bitch, J-Bake. I'm going to remember that in Minneapolis. All right, go ahead, Louis.
I was going to say, when I have a tendency to misspell words a lot when I have to type live because I'm always afraid the subject matter is going to be gone. So I rush type, and I'm always misspelling words like, T-O-O.
Mine are the same.
T-O, yours instead of, why are you all R-E and all that.
But yet you're the first one to point out all the grammar errors in people's song titles.
Get away.
Boy, wait till you get to a certain Kiss album, and that's really gonna friggin'. It ain't nothing to do about what we've talked about. It's a whole new thing that you're gonna hear.
G-Man Louis, Dave, I saw doing this already on camera, says one of my hands is bigger, longer than the other one. 2, you all be surprised that it is common. Try it yourself.
Yeah, then again, it all depends how you place them. I mean, if you try to line it up, like my left hand seems to be a millimeter bigger than my right, but if I turn my hand, then it changes to my right hand being a millimeter bigger. So there's really no...
And I'm feeling left out with the racy stuff here. So we all know Louis' right palm is hairier than his left.
That's a rumor. Total rumor. And I'm not blind either.
He's waxed that this morning.
Yeah. Powell threw a battery at Danny and left a scar on her head when they were younger. That does not surprise me at all.
Is that assault and battery?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. It's true. There's video proof on Allie's hands. Okay.
All right. I'll have to look that up. Not that I think it's going to.
It's common with bass players. Okay. Guys, it's true. Is there a Christmas video where her fingers are longer? Only at Christmas, though. By New Year's, they had shrunk back to regular. Okay. Pa is so small, her dad had to modify her first drum kits to fit her. Okay.
She's still small.
He still has to cut down the drum cage a bit to make things a tad closer to her. She should just wear lifts.
She doesn't wear shoes when she drums.
Okay. Allie has long. Okay, yeah, we've all established that she says they're longer. That's just incredible if that's a thing. I mean, if that's just way people are born, that's one thing. But to adapt to the instrument, I may have been born last night.
Louis fascinated now, just looking at his hands.
No, I got it. My left hand's got a double jointed thumb.
Okay, between all of you commenters, we love you, and you two, I can't get to the next video. So it will be Billie Eilish piano cover of My Future by Danny. Finally, we get some Danny on this channel. My goodness.
You did tell us to fill in the dead air.
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Well done. Don't get me banned from YouTube in the process, though.
I don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think those things will do it.
Which one did I say we're doing?
My Future?
Something, the Billie Eilish cover by Danny. That's what you said.
Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, there
it
it is. I got it. I settled down. Here we go.
I can't seem to focus, and you don't seem to notice I'm not here. I'm just a mess. You check your complexion to find your reflections all alone. I had to go. Can't you hear me? I'm not coming home. Do you understand? I've changed my plans, 'cause I'm in love with my future. Can't wait to meet her, and I'm in love, but not with anybody else. Just wanna get to know myself. I know supposedly I'm lonely now. No, I'm supposed to be unhappy
Okay, Louis doesn't understand the concept of reaction videos. People are supposed to see your reaction. But that was a lovely shot of the paper.
It was. And it makes
I
some lovely
was,
noises.
I was really getting all hurting in my legs and thighs. I had to do a lot of stretching. I didn't want people to see that.
Okay.
You know, you can hit stop cam. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, but I just figured just do it and come right back.
Yeah, just go. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Look, you can't see me now.
Oh, you mean what part? Oh, that's not okay. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, honestly, I can't say that I mean, she did it well. That sounded like somebody rewrote the song "Creep." Very similar with the lyrics and the style of playing and all that. So I don't want to say anything negative. So this is the case where I don't like that saying, well, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I always like to say things that are mean, but I won't do that today. I will follow that little bullshit little thing. If you can't say nice, don't say anything at all. And I'll just leave it at that. Dave, whichever way is pointing.
Yeah. Not familiar with the song, but she does a great job. To be honest, I was actually mesmerized by her hair.
Yes. Thank you.
Her hair just looks so bloody great. I couldn't take my eyes off her hair.
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds stupid, but that's
no, and I'm glad you said that because that was going to be my number one talking point. Holy Christ. I mean, she always has great hair, but I didn't realize it was that long. And it was just, and you know what else? I want that statue on the piano.
Yeah, I thought
that is cool. The song is not good. Billie Eilish obviously is not very talented. Maybe Johnny Eyebrows is a little more talented. Good. But her voice, spectacular. The falsettos were just magical for a song that does nothing for me. I did want to throw something out here. This came up during the song, and it deserves a special shout out. Wayne Mitchell gets it. All right. Choke is one of the best rock songs of all time by any band. And I don't hear enough about this song in the comment sections. I hear so much more praise for other. It's kind of like, sorry people, like the Kiss comparison where the greatest songs aren't talked about, but the ones that I don't find to be even that great are the ones praised. Choke, how anybody can have listened to this catalog and not understand how powerful and special that song is just blows my mind. Thank you, Wayne. You are a brilliant individual.
One of the best choruses ever written.
Yes.
And the way she delivers that. And does it live every time as well. So.
Okay, I've decided to do something. Here's my reaction while the song was playing. You would have seen. But you only would have seen that anyway. You know?
Idiot. Can you just give me 2 seconds? Give me 2 seconds, I'll be back.
Yes, I got to upload another video anyway.
Yourselves.
Yes. So, Louis, do you got any shameless self-promotions?
Nah. Okay. I uploaded Kiss Attack of the Phantoms soundtrack playlist.
I got it on my to-watch list. I just haven't got to it because I've been working 6 days a week, 6 times a week.
Yeah, this time I put a picture up instead of it just being a black screen. And I'm going to do the same for Kiss Meets the Phantom, where you get totally 2 different soundtracks because the movies are done differently from the American version and the European version. So you get 2 soundtracks, which I think they should put them on double LP vinyl. Actually, each soundtrack would be a double LP, and they could sell killer amounts of that because people want to, get Kiss to officially release the soundtracks to those movies.
Okay, Johannan, sorry if I butchered that. Enlighten me here because I've seen a few of you talking about this song Exterminato. What is that? Was that on an album? Is that something I've just forgotten about? I don't know, but that's several of you that have mentioned that.
Is that supposed to be exterminators in Spanish or something?
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking. Yes, the smile at the end, North Dakota Rocks. Hey, what is your first name? North Dakota Rocks just it does, but I'd like to know at least your first name so I can call you something shorter than that. The smile at the end is priceless. And if you see me in Minneapolis, flag me down again, man.
Yeah, I'd say just call him North.
North? Okay.
Yeah, just call him North.
No, I'll call him Nodak. There we go. All three are super sweethearts to boot. Well,
see that? Gideon loves us. We're all super sweethearts. All three.
They're not. He's not talking about us.
I do that. I was just being sarcastic.
Did someone say we were sweethearts?
Yeah, he did. He loves us.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. We do try our best.
Look at all the love coming in for Choke now that I said something.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, Choke is a terrific song, but it puts me in a bad mood.
Louie and Dave still in the honeymoon suite or stage.
What's a honeymoon stage?
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about.
So that was Joni Eyebrows. Okay, so I got to get the next one going here.
Yeah, you know this song.
I do. Oh, yes, I do. You know, if the Warning's going to cover a song, they could at least do a good one. They always seem to cover these coffee house man bun wearing,
Enter Sandman.
Well, yeah, besides that one. But for the most part, they're always doing all these
Sweet Child of
weirdo
Mine.
coffee house songs. Is Louis on the toilet? Yes, G-Man, he is.
That's how I do my channel.
Yes.
And when he's on fire, it helps.
Lewis, what is it with Kiss? They are the most overrated band of all time. Rob, you are giving Rob's a bad name. Now,
yeah.
I'm gonna go easy on you because we're live, and I'm feeling generous. Number one, you can't possibly measure overrated when it comes to anything. It's an immeasurable. It's strictly your opinion. I will say, if you call a band who played, recorded, and toured for 50 years, has over 20 albums, has sold more gold records than any American band in history, is considered one of the most influential bands of all time, who inspired everybody to this day to have big bombastic pyros and stage shows and lasers, has influenced countless decades of guitarists to pick up an instrument and play. If you want to call that overrated, that's your opinion. I don't share it. I turn the floor over to the other gentleman.
I would actually say, to be fair, this has never been overrated. In fact, they've always been underrated. Because
can you bring back that last comment,
have never given them the light of day.
Oh, it's Exterminated.
Yeah, I knew that's what it was. Yeah. It was that the live thing they had, the live sessions, those last two songs on the album. Anyway, yeah, let me tell you something. If you want to think Kiss is overrated, that's fine with you. It's fine with me. I don't give a shit. I mean, I know that, Kiss has such an eclectic catalog of music that, everybody has different takes, what they like, what they don't like. Rob's a big Kiss fan. Our other guy, Scotty, when the channel's doing the regular shows, is a big Kiss fan. Darren is a casual Kiss fan. Dave is a Kiss fan. We love the band so much. We differ on opinion as to what a good song is, what a bad song is, what's their best, and everything else. And, that's just, it's just like, take it for what it's worth. I mean, if you want to give each album a chance, I'm sure you're going to pick one, maybe two songs off of each album, even more than that you'll actually like. And by the end of going through the cycle of the studios and the live albums, everything else, you're probably going to end up with 40 Kiss songs that you really dig. And
the Warning rate them as well. So,
yeah. And look here, we have viewers, Vac and Hart in particular, who takes your same attitude about the Warning. What is with all the Warning on this channel? This band is nothing special. Why all the hype? So that can be turned on you too, man. Your personal opinion does not take away the accomplishments and the legendary status of a band. In fact, ask the girls in the Warning who one of their influences was and why they were covering Kiss songs. Come on, man. Get with it. An overrated band to me would be a band who had one giant hit, a one-hit wonder who got insanely famous. Everything Kiss has done for music for 50 years and will continue to do long after they're gone is immeasurable. And if you don't get that just because you don't like the makeup, by the way, they spent 10 years without the makeup and had even more talented music. Whatever your excuse is, get over it, dude. Just ignore us when we're talking about Kiss, all right? We make the comparison, and you should be honored as a Warning fan to have the Warning compared to Kiss in any way, shape, or form. If they get 1/4 as successful as Kiss, they would be elated. So
almost 14 years without makeup.
Yeah, there you go. Rob, my name is Todd. We will meet up with you in Minneapolis. Yes. Okay, Todd.
I've got
Let me catch up
25
on
years
these
of that makeup.
comments. What are we doing next? I can't say that word.
Arterial.
Martirio. Dang it. I don't know why I struggle with that.
I know. It's just so casual.
I think it's the look of the spelling that throws me off. It seems like that second R should come after the T. So it'd be like Martrio.
Yeah.
It's throwing me off with that second I put in there. I don't know.
You know, I typed up a comment and I threw in comparison to, and I didn't separate comparison to two, like comparasanto. I go, that's a new word. Comparasanto. They go, oh, it's comparison to.
As someone else mentioned, Danny playing Break in Break In from Hailstorm was awesome. I don't know nothing about Hailstorm. I hear the good things about him, especially Darren on this show. He kind of likes their stuff. Dave is going to be the animal. So anything you want him to find, he will find, and I will get it. So we're not going anywhere. Warning Saturdays are here to stay until, I don't know. Yeah, until we're dead. Or the band retires.
Louis first.
I agree. So vulnerable. I threw them a link to that midnight session. I don't at J Bake. Okay. So he was talking about, he likes Disciple, OMV, original music video, and all of the extras are Mexican, the Warning members. Okay, cool. Let's see. Scott Miller. Oh snap. Got the Rob Father all wound up. Hey, I took it easy. Believe me, I've been way worse. It's okay. Scotty Miller,
Louis and I
always thank you.
Bigger on the last episode.
Yeah. Kiss Army, yes, the original Army. The first Army.
Yeah. I guess I'll save it for the next video for when we do Kiss. I had something to say about that. But I
see Jay Bakes obviously seen me get real mad because he says, Scotty Miller, get your popcorn ready. I'm good. Kiss fan when I was a kid says Techno Dazed. Aussie Brad, Allie is a Kiss fan. Look how she performs. She does the drop down like Gene does. Right. And we get crucified for comparing it, but you can clearly. You go back and watch the early 70s to mid 70s, Gene Simmons Demon on stage with that bass. Allie's got his moves down.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of reactors refer to her as Little Gene.
It's just like with the Warning with Kiss is that Kiss took basic rock and roll, old ideas, mixed them into something new, and created their own sound. And the Warning does their thing, taking basic sounds and then amplifying not just the sound or the level, but also the style. That's why the Warning is so popular with people as old as us, because they are really taking things and putting it together and then putting it out there in a different kind of way. I mean, they just play the coolest freaking songs I've heard in a long time.
And they give you multiple singers. They give you a high energy performance. They are all incredibly, incredibly talented. Say what you want about Kiss and makeup and everything else. You don't last 50 years on an image if you can't play, you can't sing, and you can't write. Now we'll put the Kiss thing to bed. Although Gene, I don't even think I want to try that last name, but let's give it up. Strail, the band has said that they watched Kiss videos with their parents when they were little. Their parents are awesome. Did I tell you that? Okay, they are now. Don Music is still a Kiss fan. Keep the music out of it. Kiss is also one of, if not the first band that really understands marketing and creating a brand. Thank you, Jay Bake. And I'm not just saying that for the meet and greets. You're an incredibly intelligent man. Kiss is an iconic band. I agree. They inspired a lot of rockers. Okay, so here we go. One guy got it wrong. And thank you for everybody. Maybe Gene is a little alley. Shit, Gene is a big alley. Okay. All right, let's get back to the music. I'm sorry, I get caught up with the comments. Hold on here. Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm gave Danny a custom. Okay, I remember that.
I saw that video. It was really cool.
She rubbed me the wrong way when she stepped in, and good on her. But she finished off the tour for Skid Row as the singer. Due to the singer, there was issues. I don't like a female singing male songs as much as I don't like male singing female songs. So it was really hard for me to buy her. If you know anything about Skid Row, heavy band, history of Sebastian Bach, one of the biggest screamer metalheads of all time. And I got a girl up there singing songs called Piece of Me. And, it just didn't, Youth Gone Wild, just didn't work. Maybe if they'd have got Joan Jett, it would have worked a little bit better because she's got some street cred. But anyway.
I can't remember being rubbed up the wrong way by a woman.
And with that, Dave, we will go to, now I want to say material. Okay.
Okay.
This is everybody's fault but mine that we wait so long in between songs. Okay, here we go. This is Danny a cappella. All right. This is very hard to do. I usually find it cringeworthy, even with the best singers, so we'll see.
A veces las cosas obvias son las más difíciles de ver. Te asfixiaste con tus propias manos. Cuando todo apunta que por fin alguien te viene a rescatar, te encuentras nuevamente abandonado. Pram, 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 pram. En tu martirio ahógate. Es tu destino. Entrégate. Pam, 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 pam. Bling. Intentas buscar explicación en lo profundo de tu ser y vuelves a caer en el vacío. Al fin te das cuenta en secreto que el dolor se quedará. Será tu nueva vida de martirio. Ya no hay vuelta atrás, no puedes escapar del fuego a tus pies. Y en la oscuridad te perdés. Dun, dun, dun. En tu martirio ahógate. Es tu destino. Entrégate. Tum, 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 tum. Aprende de los que sufrieron. Si hay que vivir en miedo, es mejor morir en manos de un adiós. Tu vida triste, mártir tonto.
amazing. She looks so cute there, with that little at the end. You know, you gotta say one thing about those girls that you don't really think about. If you didn't know them, like let's say you only saw them when they're speaking English, and that you think they're just American because they have no accent. They just sound like regular Americans, you know, regular Americans. And when they're speaking Spanish, it's like, whoa, they're so not only fluent in Spanish, but they got the accent down and everything. And then, like, you know them as people that speak Spanish. And then when you hear them speak American, you're like, whoa, that's amazing. And the way she sang, obviously, she's Mexican and she's going to sing that way because she's singing in her native language. But yet, you know, it's like, just amazing. The vocals and the way she would take guitar parts and mouth them to keep her timing with the song. I mean, it's really a wonderful thing to see. So bravo.
It's you, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Just she's super cute, isn't she? Let's be honest. I think when we first did the album, this song, I think both of you, Rob, said that we had no idea what they were singing about, but we just wanted to hear it.
Yep.
I know you probably know what they're singing about now because you would have done the research.
Yeah. I have no clue.
Okay. But no,
I agree.
really well
I
done.
agree.
Wait a minute.
It was
Is
super
that the
cute.
song that's about the abusive relationship where he's like, keep coming back to me, I'll abuse you? Or what other? There's another song that they sing in Spanish that's,
No, that's
about
that.
if you come
I
back,
know
I'll
you're
just
talking about it,
abuse
so.
you. Must be I don't know.
Materia is matter, isn't it? So
Yeah. I have to look up the lyrics while you guys do stuff.
That was incredible. And I don't care for acapella. Like it's, I don't want to say cringe. That was a bad word. Awkward is what comes to mind. I feel awkward for the person because you're so on the spot. You've got no accompaniment at all. Every breath you could take wrong, every spit, mouth sound, everything is out there in the open. This is so powerful. No microphone. And that chorus, when she, oh my God, it sounds just like the album, just as powerful. And I want that sweatshirt she was wearing. How freaking, I like the hair from the last one. I'm just looking at this black and orange thing. I'm like, that is badass. She dresses classy. I left this comment on the screen from, oh, come on, guys. Tarasi. Danny is so much fun, so much positive energy and personality. And that is a huge reason she has become my favorite. Because when I started reacting, I was a Pow Maniac. But as I watched interviews and see her interact with her sisters and fans, and even on her own in just little, selfie videos, she's always happy all the time. She's always smiling. She's full of energy, on top of being an unbelievable vocalist, a great guitarist, and probably most importantly, top-notch rock star performer. Are you froze or are you just staring at me, Lewis, because it's creepy?
I'm
we're all
reading.
just staring at you, Rob.
Oh, you're reading. Okay. So yeah, this was incredible. Obviously, yes, the clapping and smiling, and that's just who she is. And I just can't wait, out of all of them, for all the reasons I stated, but mostly because of who she appears to be as a person, want to meet her, because she does just seem like the nicest person in the world.
And as you said, Rob, when she sang the chorus there, it sounded like the album.
Yeah.
No auto-tune.
Nothing.
None of that bullshit. She doesn't need any of it.
Fernando, that's how it's done here in Mexico. We sing with soul. I can't speak for all Mexican music, but I can speak for all modern American music, and it's soulless suckfest in America, filled with auto-tune and untalented pretty girls. So yes, this, I have found, obviously, the Warning from Mexico. Most of the modern music I listen to is from Denmark, Finland, and places like this, where they still sing with harmony and melody. And America has been stale in every genre, including country, for 20 plus years. Unless you're into hip hop or auto tune, you don't need to listen to American music. You just don't.
You struck a bone there.
No. I was going to say, I just focus on listening to what's good. Something could be like there's always new good songs coming out, but you have to really hunt them down because what's played either YouTube or Spotify or whatever those that's fine, whatever those mediums are that push the modern music that doesn't sound good is what people get fed and they hear the crap and the nonsense. But yeah, I mean, like my country love is mostly from the '90s, you know.
Mine too.
But
Mine
you
too.
know,
80s and 90s.
'80s and '90s. Like we watched the New Year's Eve special. There was some country bands playing, and I said to my brother, "This is like the worst disgrace of country music I've heard in a long time." You know, it's
Country
not,
music
the
has
eight-
basically become pop music.
yeah, it almost sounds like hip hop rap kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
My favorite country music's from the 1890s.
the 1890s.
Okay.
That's good.
Real
Good to know.
country music.
Dave hates country music for all of you who are not paying attention.
Yes,
Yep.
that's okay.
Just remove the re and you'd left with what's left.
Yeah, you see, you talk about me, talk about stuff innuendos, and you're just being blatantly filthy.
I didn't say it.
You insinuated strong enough.
Okay. I'm going to try this again. I just stuttered trying to say this word in my head. Martyrio equals martyrdom. Matir equals martyr.
Martyr.
You're all just doing this to make me make an ass of myself, I swear. Okay. Louis is talking about
Oh, que más quieres?
Que
Yeah,
más quieres?
I like that song. I wish they did an English translation of that song.
you know, I would love to learn Spanish, but can you make things not tongue twisters? I can't even pronounce half of these damn words. Acapella reminds
You
me
wanna-
of symphonic metal.
You want to try my native language, Rob?
Wales? What is that
Welsh,
native
yeah.
language? Welsh?
Welsh.
Is that worse?
Most of the words don't have vowels in them, so
oh my god, I need vowels.
So like everything in like Hawaii is all vowels, and yours are absent of vowels. So that's like
yeah, we try not.
You sound like an African
We like
tribe,
to
then,
keep
right?
them. No, it's just. I mean, most people will tell you it's one of the toughest languages to learn. That's why most people there don't speak it.
Yeah, Johannan, I believe that the Warning songs in Spanish have a very good structure, which attracts many people from different nationalities. True, but what strikes me is it seems like the ones they do put out, they have such emotional choruses that it does not matter. It literally doesn't matter what they're saying. It just gets in your head and you can't get enough of it. That a cappella version, no idea what she's saying, no music, just her voice. I can still hear it right now, that chorus. Just amazing stuff.
How many songs do we have left?
One.
One.
Okay.
One.
One more. Okay. Yeah, we've been doing this for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Rough
2-5.
guess.
Yeah. Let me get through the comments quick here so I can get caught up, and we'll get I'll start. Well, go ahead, talk. I'll get the next video started because I forgot.
You
Ooh,
forgot.
it's a
We've
good
gone
one.
all through
It's a
that.
good
You
one.
forgot.
Hey, settle
I
down.
thought you might like that one. I thought I'd end it on a big one for you.
I can't wait to see it. I've been loving this show. I mean, I
You're
got
gonna
to
have to wait
admit,
to see it because Robert
I-
had downloaded it.
I've been loving the Queen of the Murder scenes in the cave. You know, that's been like my favorite. But the other things have been good to watch too.
Well, I think what we should do is the Pepsi Center concert,
Wow.
but I don't know if you want to split it in two.
Yeah, that's a long show. That's
We're
like
doing like 45 minutes each episode.
Danny reminds me of Kid Rock, says Ichabod Crane.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock is a very annoying human being, so I disagree. But if you're meaning that bubbly, happy persona, I guess. But man,
Yeah.
I can't stand Kid Rock. Allie
Chris
in
Rock.
Truth or Drink video stated, Danny is so nice. Allie doesn't know how she can do it. Allie says Danny is super nice and she doesn't know she can do it. Okay, so apparently that's a thing. Thanks and greetings, Rob from Finland. Is that what I'm seeing? FI?
Kari Sala.
Kari Sala? I don't. Is FI a Finland abbreviation? I'm a stupid American, so help me out. Here we go. Somebody who thinks I can pronounce words. Soladama Rob from Esteban. Hey, I got that name right. I won't even try the last name. I don't know what Sala, but I'm gonna assume you mean very awesome dude. So there you go.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, Materio, right, is about accepting pain and learning to live with it. Fun fact, you have to say it 3 times in the same sentence. Material was the original name of their third album, Air. Thank God they changed it, because I can't pronounce that word very well.
Solomon,
It wouldn't be his favorite album because he wouldn't be able to tell anyone about it.
Rob?
U.S. radio stations have almost destroyed rock music. I would go a step further and say they have destroyed rock music.
That other word just means hello.
Okay.
Yeah, my regards.
Solomon, yeah. I just typed it up real quick.
By the way, Matt Bellamy, any relation to the Bellamy brothers? Is this like a distant cousin or a niece or nephew or something? Oh, from Muse, has a Manson guitar, Charles Manson guitar, made in her favorite color, mustard yellow. Okay, so we found a flaw with Danny. Her favorite color is yellow.
I'm not sure it is. I think she, when she was asked, Matt said, "What's your favorite color?" on the spot. He just sort of panicked and said,
Okay.
"Oh, yellow."
Okay.
And then he said, "Well, what kind of yellow?" And she just sort of said, "Oh, mustard."
Well, we won't hold it against her, but a nice gesture. She gets guitars from everybody. That tells you about what kind of person she has to be, because they wouldn't be giving guitars to some stuck up bitch or something. So,
if there are any people out there that got access to guitars, we will accept gifts.
Yes, and I like cars. Now, G-Man says later all new full-length concert video is up from tonight's The Warning show in Cali. So I will have to check that out. Quemos Queries, right? Or is that Quesadilla? Was originally an English song that they changed to Spanish, Louis.
Well, I hope they do the English version on the next album.
Okay. Fernando, like myself, I never heard country rap. Weird. Yeah, it's terrible now. Esteban, 2 months in Mexico. Andy O will speak English. Spanish, sorry. Okay.
Rob has trouble reading English.
Yeah, I can't even speak English, let alone God. Okay. Still Racer, from what I understand, Quemos Quesadilla started out as an English song. So there we go. I'm purposely doing that. I know it's not Quesadilla. Music Lover, what you see of Danny is what you get. Every interaction I've ever had with her has been amazing. She glows, and it is a great, lovely girl, and I believe it. Okay. That's weird. I never heard. Okay, that's twice. This is why she's so loved. Greetings from Montreal. Cabrones. Is that like cojones? All right. Here we go. We got someone breaking it down for even stupid people like me. Marti. Okay, but see, that could be Martyrio, right? Because you're not putting, any little tildes or long song. I know what you're saying. Martyrio. Got it. It's easier when you do it slow. Question for Three Tunes Brothers. Do you think The Warning is going to be a legendary cult band worldwide of fame? I will give my take and then turn it over to the experts. I think if they get heavy exposure in mainstream America, they will be the biggest female rock band of all time. If they continue to only be popular in a handful of other countries, I see them having a successful career, but not reaching that mega plateau. They have the talent, they have the sound, they have the voices, they have the energy, the look, everything it takes, the great songs. But if you don't get mainstream exposure in this country, and I know I get flack from people every time I bring this up, I'm not saying any of your countries are bad countries. Music from the jump back to the 40s and 50s, Why do you think Led Zeppelin came here? Why do you think Black Sabbath came here? The British invasion, the British metal invasion with Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, whatever. Your bread don't get buttered till you're big time here. So if they can break through and get major push on radio stations and TV shows here, absolutely they will be enormous. But that's the challenge. You guys, take it over. Your thoughts.
Oh, as far as the question asked about the warning, was how that question go again? Would they achieve the fame? I mean, can you put that up again?
The question is, do you think the Warning will be legendary, a legendary cult band worldwide of all time?
Of all fame.
Yeah, it's you could tell.
You know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like the album "Keep Me Fed" is their biggest seller, but yet people like me basically don't like it because the previous three albums are such masterpieces. So they can end up becoming more popular because the common denominator person listening to music today doesn't really know good music. They don't really know good quality music, but they don't care. It'll just they could become bigger, more well-known, worldwide popular and all that because people's tastes aren't really, at a high level. Whereas the first three albums they did haven't got much attention yet. And there's probably a whole swath of people out there waiting to hear that kind of music that just aren't aware of it. Those three albums, Queen, 21st, Queen, and Air are terrific albums. My personal favorite being Queen, but the other two albums have terrific stuff too. And if those albums get pushed where people can hear them, the population at large, in the free world that music is allowed to be heard, those albums could really catapult them even to a bigger level of fame than what Keep Me Fed might be doing right now. That's my opinion.
Dave?
Yeah, obviously we live in a different time. And, the bands that have gone before that, became the big bands of all time operated on a different plane, didn't they? Like, we consume music differently. Concerts were bigger things. And I think we back then held on to music that we liked for long periods of time. And I don't think the newer generation does. It's all very much what's great today, and then we'll forget about it in a week's time. Give me the next big thing. So, I think while us guys are still alive, they have a chance. But it depends how well the next generation takes it up.
And that's a big part of the problem, is the generation consuming music now. The Warning, I don't know if there's any truth to it. I heard was getting frustrated that their fan base was us, right? Middle-aged men who liked hard rock music and were appreciating talent being brought back in hard rock. And they wanted to appeal to the younger generation. Now, in theory, that sounds good 30 years ago. In my opinion, you don't want to appeal to the Swifties and people like this because they got a shelf life of interest in you a year or two. And that's it. And the only money you're going to make is ticket sales and streams, which is pathetic, and your merch. You may be successful and make your money and have a good living, but being a mega cult band, AC/DC, Aerosmith, Kiss, Rolling Stones, Beatles, that's beyond money. That is influence, that is household name, that is recognition. When these Swifties finally hit puberty and move on, they'll forget all about her. When they're 40 years old, they won't be, waxing nostalgic about Taylor Swift like we do about our bands. Put it this way, 40 years from now, there won't be legendary Taylor Swift or Katy Perry songs in movie soundtracks and stuff like that. That's dead because the fans don't have that loyalty anymore. Now, I'm not saying the Warning Army's not loyal. I'm saying when you're trying to reach the worldwide audience, good luck to whoever you are. I think that, Gene Simmons says a lot of stupid things, and everybody rips him for his rock is dead take. I completely agree with him. Not in the sense that it doesn't exist, in the sense that it doesn't matter. It's not relevant. There's not going to be a rock band in the world who sells like Katy Perry and Beyonce and all these people, because people who like rock music aren't that irrational about their consumption of music. And there's so many different ways to look at it. I just think that rock will never, ever, until when and if all of P. Diddy's disciples go to prison with him, and rap is finally dead, which it's hung on for like 40 years only because of the corrupt, horrific industry that pushes this stuff. If that dies and these flavor of the month, no talent, auto-tune teenagers, if those two scenes die, that's what it's going to take for rock to come back. Because our generation and even the generation younger don't have the willpower to bring it back, if that makes sense. Look at our channel. We do all these great bands and we get 400 views on a video. They just don't have that dedication and desire anymore. They got lives, they're older, they got families, whatever the case is. It's an uphill battle for any band to reach that status anymore. It just is. No matter how much talent you have, like Dave said, this is a different time. Back when we were growing up, and even before us, that was your life. Music was everything. Music is the soundtrack to our lives. All of us have said that. Anything you want to think about from your past has a song or an album or a band associated with it, not intentionally, just because it mattered that much. Nowadays, I take people in the van and they're going through their playlists. They don't even listen to whole songs. It's just Spotify randomly picking stuff that's, in the genre they like. It's just gone. So can they be successful? Absolutely. Can they be headliners to more than, 8,000-9,000 people? Sure. But will they be cemented in history of rock as a legendary legacy act? I'd have to say no, but it's not because of what they bring to the table. It's because of the way music is consumed and the attention span of the age range they're trying to reach. I can't stress that enough. And I know they could give a shit about my opinion, but if they asked, I'd say whatever you were trying to reach with Keep Me Fed, like it or not, you can love the album. That's fine. Get out of it, because that fan base is not where your future is. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, the thing I just want to, like it's not the band itself that has the problem. It's society and how they perceive this Warning band. But I just want to throw up one song by The Offspring, because they got tons of terrific songs. Came into my head, Days Go By. That's one of the coolest songs ever. Not many people know about that song. It is
amazing.
And that song, to me, either influenced by the Monkey song, Pleasant Valley Sunday, or just coincidentally sounds like the same style. Do you know the song Pleasant Valley Sunday from the Monkees? I
do, and I know the Warning or the Offspring song you're talking about.
Yeah, do you find the connection that they're similar in their presentation? Yeah.
And I tell you, the Offspring is incredibly talented, and I hate punk music. But when I was in my early 20s going to bars to listen to bands, there was a band we were really close with, a traveling band, and they always played 2 or 3 Offspring songs, and I got addicted. Now I started checking out their catalog, and oh my God, I mean, they're metal/punk, like the Warning. I pointed out on some of these Warning songs, in fact, a lot of Warning songs, the rhythm guitar sections through the verses is very punk. So they're incredibly talented. There's a lot of talented music out there, but again, this country, and by and large, even I'll say other countries, because if you look at One OK Rock, which I love from Japan, I discovered during my reaction channel, it's all the same kind of stuff we do here, mainstream. It's all poppy, and there is good stuff, but there's no substance to it, if you know what I mean. There's no, I know who this is as soon as it starts. Everything kind of sounds the same. It's worldwide. And as long as that's the case and nothing really audibly stands out, I mean, And there you go, back to the Kiss rip of being overrated. Well, Alice Cooper, Kiss, hell, even Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, as simple as they were, they had a look and a style. So not only do you know who they are when you see them, you know who they are when you hear them because of the vocals and the sound. Now everything is so damn similar that it's just hard. But good pull on the Offspring there, because that is one of the most unique bands, and to me should be way more successful than Green Day, and they're not.
They put out Offspring put out an album about a year and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And I listened to it, quick listen, and I haven't gone back to it because I've been busy with other things in my life. But I'm going to take the time to listen to that album and see what's on. I'm like, pick and choose kind of guy when I listen to the Offspring. I like this instead of that and stuff like that. But, it's just like they have such an amazing, catalog of songs, various styles and everything. And I think we should maybe start doing some Offspring on this channel.
Yeah, I would love that. I tell you what, it's been 2 hours and 23 minutes. We have one video left, folks. We will get to it. I am going to use the men's room, and I will be right back. You guys just keep talking.
Okay.
Turn your mic off, please.
What'd you say?
Well, that's what I went and done, and I thought, that's right. My earbuds haven't got the mic on, so it's all right. No one's going to hear me taking a pee in the background. I thought,
oh,
look, there's a waterfall.
Do you need to go?
No, that's what I did when I went off camera.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
I can do that too. I can block the picture, mute my mic, or just use that cam thing, stop cam, and mute my. If I mute my mic, if I stop cam, can I still mute my mic, or I have to mute my mic first and then stop cam?
No, you can do either way you want.
Either way, okay.
Yeah, but if you do stop your cam to do a pee, make sure you mute your mic.
Okay. And the fans are hearing all this.
Yeah, I know. Oh well,
oh my God. I'm just getting kind of hungry right now. Yeah, I don't want to leave you all alone.
No, don't leave me alone. Oh, what else to say?
What would you do? Yeah, you'd have to talk.
I think with the look, I know obviously Keep Me Fed's their best-selling album.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of that's got to do. That's got a lot to do with the fact that more and more people knew about them.
Yeah,
by the time
that's true.
Came out
by the time they came around, they didn't know about that. So I mean, because they knew about them, the album sold. They they want to keep relevant with getting the latest thing from the Warning. But
I got a feeling.
I'm just upset that the price that they want for CDs there's literally nothing on Amazon. At least I don't think so.
No.
eBay, it's like $60 to get a CD. And I wish they would reissue those albums and put them on.
I got a feeling their next album will go back to what we know.
I hope so. I'm really looking forward to that hope.
Okay, real quick, Ron L. Yes, they just sold out 4 concerts in Europe, Spain, Germany, France, and the UK. Awesome.
They haven't sold out any here.
Huh?
Yeah, any concerts.
Dave's very bitter that they haven't come to Australia yet.
Best country in the world, haven't been here yet.
Alan, younger people think that the first 3 albums are okay and Keep Me Fed is their best, but older people think the other way around. And us older people are correct.
I would say the older people know better.
J-Bake, I believe Keep Me Fed is their biggest seller because they released multiple versions, vinyl, CD, picture, vinyl, special cover versions for each. There could be some validity to that because not me, but most Kiss fans are dumb enough to buy 4 versions of the same album nowadays just to say they have it. That's not me. Brian Steele, what a cool, I hope that's your last name, man, because that's badass. If MTV was still a thing, these girls would absolutely, they would dominate the world. Yes, absolutely. MTV skyrocketed so many bands that would have otherwise never been a thing. Now MTV is all reality crap and whatever. Go ahead, Louis.
This day and age, if MTV was still music, it still wouldn't get the viewership like it used to because everybody's on their phones, on the internet, and everything else. Nobody really watches regular TV anymore, just a little bit here and there, Yeah. So that wouldn't have made any difference for the warning. But,
Scotty Miller, 9 out of 10 people, I ask them about the warning. Very few know of them. And that is a sad thing. I didn't know about them either until a year or two ago. And they just came up on when I started doing reactions. I just started searching for modern bands or however I did the YouTube search. And the warning popped up. I checked it out and I haven't looked back. Fritz Oberacker. Sorry, didn't mean to call you a cracker. Radio is dead and the mainstream is poisoned by crappy auto-tune fakes. Hallelujah, Fritz. You are absolutely correct. Alan, I'm 69 and I think they're all great. Keep Me Fed is just a natural evolution. I hope you are incorrect because that's not the direction that I don't want these 3 gifted musicians and singers to be stunted by distortion and auto tunes and sound effects. I hope this was just an experiment, not an evolution, but we will see. Still Racer agreed with William. I hope you guys are wrong. Martin, prior to Keep Me Fed, they toured with Royal Blood in particular, and you can hear the influence, in my opinion. Never heard of Royal Blood.
Yeah, King Charles, Prince William.
Okay, yeah. I've heard of that.
I think they took that name from the Gene Simmons song, Not from the Innocent. That's how they got their band name.
Okay, so God damn it, I already forgot your name, dude. Nodak says, last year, 101.5, which we get here in my town as well, played Sick in rotation for about a month. Later, Hell You Call a Dream, maybe 2 times, then nothing. Our radio stations suck. The only thing I listen to is 98.7 because it's mostly all 80s music in heavy rotation. So there
I
you
didn't
go.
even know they played any warning on the radio.
I didn't either.
All the radio stations I listen to, I don't want to listen to anymore.
Fritz, another good point. The only way they will get widespread notice is to get a movie soundtrack. A lot of their songs would go perfect with movies. Absolutely. There's been a lot. Aerosmith benefited extremely, well from doing soundtrack songs.
Get him on an episode of Stranger
North
Things.
Dakota's name is Todd.
Todd, there you go. I'm so far behind in the comments here, guys. I will get to the next video so we can get everybody out of here, and I'll just keep flashing them up. I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to react to all of them, but I'll try to get them all on the screen. I'm bad at this. I'm working on it. It's overwhelming for someone as simple as I am. So the last one is more a cappella from the future Mrs. Rob Meyer. Danny. Here we go.
Can your wife still hear you?
Hey, there's something pulling me away. Something criminal, but I can't fight it. Want to tell me what to say? Or pull me in and keep me nice and quiet. Keep me here closer in the clear. Just kill the noise, won't you fill my void? Give it all up, would you feed my senses? You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me. Yet you leave me begging for more. I feel it slowly creeping in. I find desire leaves me frozen, stranded, waiting between what could have been. Why am I sinking when I'm fully grounded? Standing still, going for the kill. Just kill the noise, would you fill my void? Give it all up, would you feed my senses? Beow, beow. You know you love it. You love it when I need you. Do you need me? Yeah. You know I love it. I love it when you feed me. Yet you leave me begging for more. Nice.
Wow. I think if that song was done to different music than what it really is, what you hear on the album, I might actually like it a whole lot more. Maybe it's the way the presentation is on the album that bothers me. It seemed like a
Great
good
song.
structured song that needs to be redone with different instrumentation.
Dave?
Don't go making phony calls.
No, don't go making water. That's when I was talking about me doing a pee off camera.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Louis, you're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
That song is absolutely rocks.
Oh, no, sorry. No, it's like okay.
Rob, back me up here.
Oh, he's got back. You
How
both
good is that
love
song?
that song.
That
We do love that
was
song.
my very first Warning experience. It was the MTV performance, and I loved it so much. And I immediately, and I thank you all. My channel went from 900 or no 500 and some subscribers to 3,000 in less than 2 months because of the Warning video. I mean, overnight it doubled with that Warning video I did. And they all told me, most of them told me they didn't like that performance because they didn't get to play live. It was sprung on them last minute that they had to basically lip sync it or whatever, and that it sounds so much better live. This and most Warning songs do, and it does sound good live, but this song is magic on the album. And that's why I hate having to diss on Keep Me Fed, because it's like a lot of Kiss albums, right? It's a story of two sounds. You give me, and I'm not talking production, so settle down here, Lewis. Song structure and just the songs itself, Automatic Sun, Hell You Call a Dream, More, sound nothing like the rest of the album. And I'm not talking production. I'm saying that sounds like Error Warning versus the stuff made for teenies and poppier on the album. That's just my opinion. But I love More. And this was incredible. Her voice, I could listen to her sing a phone book in a room with no music. It's amazing that she can be that good a cappella. It's just beyond impressive. Louis,
I think when you're
rebuttals?
married, you'll be able to listen to that every morning.
I know.
Yep.
I hear the expression "sing a phone book, read a phone book," but if she's gonna sing the phone book, she just could read the people's names or also the phone number.
I could care less.
Yeah.
I
She
could
could
care
do the
less.
numbers like Psychotic.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You know, I'm just thinking, like, for the last, I don't know, week or week and a half, I can't remember what the very first Warning video, not that you put up, but that I actually watched on your old the Victory Cast channel, and I don't remember what fucking song it was that the Warning did that hooked me in to like him so much. You know, it was like just I think 21st Century Blood, the video might have been the one that hooked me in, but I can't say that's an accurate statement since I don't remember. The only thing I don't like about with the video is that there's this long pause break of stuff going on with no music before the instrumental break kicks in with Danny's cool guitar lick in that part. You know, I wish someone would just take that same video and just edit that dead space, because the music just stopped, boom, and it seems like 2 minutes before that guitar thing comes in. You know, but like I said, they do so many good songs I love. You know, and and when I have those songs on my mind, you know, the Queen album, the Murder Scene album, and the Air album with all the good songs, and the 21st Century Blood, and all those songs resonate in my mind so strongly that most of the stuff, even if I like something from Keep Me Fed, I don't like it nearly as much as those other albums. You know, we have difference of opinion as to which songs are the best ones on that last release. But even what I do like, it still doesn't grab me like those other albums do. Those albums have more musical quality, and they have a magic to them, and you're like, whoa. And they were younger when they did those albums. Like, there's like this thing, you know, it's almost like they're robots or something, that they can play this kind of that kind of great music at such a young age. And then the recent album just kind of falls to succumbing to the popular opinion instead of continuing to give us that great quality that I love so much.
And I
Hey,
get
Rob.
people on here telling me that it was their choice. They wanted to go this direction. The only reason I question that is because how do you play a certain style of music for X amount of years, put out an EP and 3 albums that are very similar in sound and style and genre, and then just this comes out? I think the Warning, yeah, but they went forward with a better sound. This was worse. If you ask even people who love Keep Me Fed, most people, if they're honest with themselves, are going to say the production on this album is terrible. Hopefully, that goes back to the other guy's point that he thinks this is the way it's going to be. And if that's the case, that sucks for me. But
no, I have heard somewhere where I heard the rumor that the next album will be produced by David Bendeth again, the Era guy.
Okay. Well,
So
all I know is I gotta believe in my heart that the Warning prefers the sound and the style of songs on the first 3 versus this one. They may have wanted to do this and enjoyed doing it, but I've also heard people say that Pau doesn't care for these songs, and you can see it in her performances. Could be all, conjecture and people just putting their own spin on things, but I got to think in my heart, the Warning is the error in attitude and power versus the auto-tune fuzz. I don't think that's who the Warning is.
I still think they all sound better live than they do on the album.
Absolutely. They're too good to sound worse live.
Can you do me a favor too, Rob?
Yeah.
Can you do the Danny hair flick for a second? No, it's definitely her.
Okay.
Yeah, oh geez, what was I going to say? The thing about the songs off of Keep Me Fed being played live is going to sound better because the lack of distortion or whatever. They're just going to keep them straight because simplifying the sound helps live. But regardless of that, still, it's like I sound like a broken record here. But when they play the old songs, they still have they're more, they're just better. Those old songs from those 3 albums, they're just, it's the way the songs are written, the structure, the chords, the leads, the licks, and everything that, you just get a better sound live from the Keep Me Fed songs, but they still don't compare to the other stuff.
Someone please
we're talking about 6-year-old songs as being old songs.
Yeah, well, and somebody tell me Alan or Marriage is wrong here, because he says they said they won't perform anything from their 2 albums anymore, which is not
true.
That's a catastrophic mistake.
I've seen them doing Dust to Dust, haven't they?
No, they do the older stuff. I watched those videos. It's like there's 20 songs, 10 are from Keep Me Fed, and the other 10 are a mix of the other stuff. Something like, I'm not saying 10 exact, but there's a good swath of songs from Keep Me Fed they play live, along with songs from their other albums.
Okay, Dad, I can't say that quite, whatever. He says, guys, DPA, Danny Powell, Alley, love Keep Me Fed. They have creative control over their own music. And this goes to an argument I've been having with a commenter for quite some time. I don't buy that whatsoever, because producers and record labels have a lot of input on direction. And then I have him coming back saying they said it themselves. I don't care. You know how many rock stars have said something to make themselves look better, and you find out 20 years later it was absolutely not true? But here's how I ended the last part of that interaction with whoever I was going back and forth with. If that is true, that would mean that DPA is solely responsible for the fuzz, for the auto-tune, for the songwriting, for the musical direction, and those god-awful videos. That's all their choice, which means they have completely jumped the shark and lost all focus on who they were and what made them so popular. So I choose to believe no chance in hell did they think this was the best direction to go. This is something they were talked into. I know for a fact they had many more outside writers than ever, and were getting several ideas from different sources. So They may have had the final say, which I still find hard to believe, but they were influenced by other people's ideas instead of sticking to themselves. That to me is the big difference.
Yeah, I got two things on that. Number one, if that person thinks they're in control of their music all the time, then they get the blame for everything. Okay.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
And oh, shit. Why do I forget number? I had it in the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's killing me. I'll come back to me later. I'll just someone else take over until I remember.
We won't have later.
Okay, you guys are absolutely amazing. There are 700 comments yet that just keep coming. For every one I put up on the screen, 5 more pop in.
I remember now.
Go ahead.
There's like I said, it's in an interview. The girls are talking, and how this Keep Me Fed album came about was they were over the idea with other people, and they had these meetings every day. And they said, "We want you to sit down and write us." I said this before. I'll have to repeat it for a new audience. Danny said the way it went was we went into this like a boardroom, sitting at tables, and they said, "We want you to write a song." And then it was like every day they had to keep writing these new songs according to being requested to write a song, instead of just writing songs within their own internal feeling, gut feeling, to put out something that they believed in. They were just, we don't care what you write about, just write a song. That's how the Keep Me Fed album came about. So being told in a board meeting to write a song, we don't care what it is, as long as it winds up on the album, is not being in control. Not at all. And this is coming from Danny's mouth.
Alan Ramirez is bringing me all kinds of bad news tonight. He said, Pau has said that she finds their first 2 albums cringy now. Now, this is not uncommon. Another Kiss analogy, Paul Stanley ignores entire decades of music because he doesn't like how it turned out or what he did, regardless of how the fans feel, which is an epic mistake. It's when you're releasing something for public consumption and your career is based on album sales and concert attendance and merch buying and everything else, you work for the people. It's not about, I get the argument of, well, they're bad. They could do what they want. Sure, they can. And they can lose attendance and lose sales at the same time. I'm in the camp that you're successful because of your fans. So if your fans loved it, I don't care if you don't love it anymore or if you find it embarrassing. They don't. You stick with it. But the most disturbing thing from Alan here is Pau loves pop music, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, etc., and K-pop dances. This could be the downfall of the Warning as we know it if she has more pull than Danny and Allie. Now, I can't even try to predict Allie's demeanor or viewpoints. There is no denying Danny is an absolute rock star. I can't speak about Allie. Yes, she just doesn't talk enough. She doesn't offer enough for us to consume and try to form an opinion on her mentality. I cannot believe for a second Danny would want anything to do with and continuing in a Taylor Swiftish type sounding band. I can't believe that verse. That would be the most insane waste of talent that I've ever heard.
You mentioned the thing about Paul Stanley in other videos, and you hit the nail on the head when you said, when Paul takes shots at those old songs, he's insulting the fans that like those songs. You said that.
Yes. Okay, I can't get everybody's comments, and you guys have all been amazing. There's still 94 of you hanging in there. We will be back next Saturday. Dave has taken in and soaked in most of what you've put up there, so I think he's probably got some ideas, whether it's next week or the week after. Every Saturday's Warning Saturday, Back and Heart. I know you're lit and probably passed out by now, but get used to it. That's the way it is. This band deserves at least a weekly show. Most of this is Kiss, AC/DC, stuff like that. But Saturday is Warning Saturday, will always be until the band either completely turns their back on us or we pass away. Any parting thoughts, gentlemen?
I'd say as far as the warning, what we do continuing is going to depend on those factors, along with if they continue to put out stuff that I do not like, it'll be two guys doing warning videos.
Yeah, and I do them even though I don't like some of the stuff you guys do. But I managed to find, even if it's Danny's hair, hey, there's something.
No, I
positive.
mean songs.
I know. Okay. Thank
Well,
you,
as we're
everybody.
backtracking a lot at the moment, this is not an issue for you.
Yeah. Great show. Looking forward to tomorrow's Kiss album. Yeah, we all know Scotty hates this one. Which one are we on?
Rock and roll over.
Rock and roll over.
He's being sarcastic. That's like Scott's favorite Kiss album. All right. Until next time, everybody. Thanks for watching.